Hey everyone, it's Sagan. In today's video, we're embarking on a detailed examination of the newest addition to the roster, King of the Hill Cornet. Join me as we explore Cornet's abilities, exclusive weapon, item builds, and team compositions. Stick around till the end, where I'll share my personal insights on whether investing in Cornet is the right move. Let's go straight to her abilities. Cornet provides a party buff of light attack plus 50%. Additionally, she benefits from self-buffs of weapon skill regen speed plus 7% and a plus skill damage 4%. This party buff is effective for dealing DPS against dark element monsters, making it useful in guild raids and boss rush. The only downside is that it focuses on a single element, limiting her ability to be paired with heroes of different elements. Her normal attack is called Shall We Play? It is separated into a normal attack and a character skill. Take the Fruit throws fruits to inflict ranged damage to enemies. If the last attack is a hit, enemies' defense decreases by 20% for 5 seconds. Her normal attack has defense shredding capabilities, which significantly boosts team DPS against boss monsters. This attack can pass through walls and obstacles, and it can also damage enemies on upper or lower platforms. Requesting help, the yellow butterfly tags the enemy to inflict ranged damage. This normal skill is a valuable addition to your DPS, as it deals continuous damage once it attaches to an enemy target. It's similar to Ugma's R-mode character skill. Her chain skill is called Fruit Meteor Burst. It is airborne to downed, throws a giant fruit at the target to inflict 240% of DPS as ranged damage. This chain skill targets the ground beneath the enemy, dealing damage to the surrounding area. Be cautious not to delay this chain skill too much during raid boss fights, as bosses can evade it using teleportation and hiding abilities. Her special ability is called Butterfly Effect. After requesting help is activated, if the enemy is hit while the yellow butterfly is tagging them, attack increases by 30% for 4 seconds. When it returns to Cornet, defense increases by 30% for 4 seconds. Her special ability focuses on boosting her damage, making her particularly effective in guild raid and boss rush. However, the defense aspect is somewhat lacking, since you need to wait for the butterfly to return to receive the defense buff. Despite this, it remains a valuable addition to her skill set. Now let's see her exclusive weapon. Her exclusive weapon is called Pouch of Venture, and it's an epic basket. This weapon boasts a DPS range of 4,505 to 4,946, making it the highest DPS among all basket weapons in the game. Its main and sub options are also excellent, featuring high skill damage and weapon skill regen speed, which significantly enhance its DPS potential. The ability of its weapon is as follows. On Take the Fruit, hit deals 25% of DPS as additional range damage with a 60% chance. The defense decrease effect also applies immediately. The green butterfly's protection effect reduces the amount of damage she takes during battle by 25%. This weapon's ability will significantly boost her already impressive DPS by adding 25% range damage and immediately applying a defense debuff to enemies. This makes it an essential piece of equipment when building this character. Equipping this weapon to Cornet will increase her weapon skill level by +3. Max limit breaking this weapon will grant a +10% attack bonus. Engraving the weapon will further enhance it with +15% attack, +15% HP, and an additional +15% attack. Moreover, simply acquiring this weapon will grant you a collection bonus of +1% attack. Her weapon skill is called Butterfly Fantasy. It is level 6. It has 200% DPS and a cooldown time of 7.6 seconds. Fires butterfly phantoms to inflict range damage to enemies. Puts them in an airborne state. Her weapon skill executes swiftly, making it highly effective for kiting enemies. It bears a striking resemblance to Rue's second weapon skill. After examining all her abilities, I've determined that the 3 best places to utilize Cornet are Guild Raid, Boss Rush, and Teddy's Hero War, especially when you're up against Dark Element Orca. Here's why. Cornet's light damage boost from her party buff is incredibly effective against Dark Element enemies. Her normal attack's defense shred ability is perfect for taking down boss monsters. Plus, her special and weapon abilities are designed to significantly boost her overall DPS. Now, let's talk about the item builds, starting with the DPS setup. For the weapon, her exclusive weapon is a top choice due to its ability to instantly apply a defense decrease effect with her normal attack. For cards, equip 2 skill damage cards if she's leading the party, or opt for 2 attack cards if she's a team member. For accessories, if she's the party leader, use Minotaur's necklace for its skill damage and weapon skill regen speed stats, selecting a dark type attack for its sub-option. If she's a team member, switch to sniper goggles or sharpshooter, as they offer excellent crit hit chance and attack stats. For merchandise, choose either the sample statue of bravery or the Invader Mothership replica based on the enemy's HP. When selecting a relic, prioritize the Holy Vow for its attack party buff. Aim for attack, crit, and skill damage for its basic options, and be sure to enchant for a crit hit multiplier sub-option. Additionally, consider enchanting it with damage to boss monster if your focus is on guild raids and boss rush. To switch to a defense-oriented setup, replace the cards with 2 defense cards. Swap out the accessory for one with high toughness stats, such as Earth Necklace, Mad Panda Brooch, Dusk Ring, or Ring of Fortress. Change the merchandise to items like Mad Panda Trio Trophy, Little Princess Figure, or Mouse Nari Cushion, depending on your strategic approach. Opt for the Relic Guidance of Truth for its defense party buff. Prioritize defense, HP, and skill damage for basic options, and consider adding a crit hit multiplier for sub-options. If you're focusing on PvP, enchant with PvP damage. Now, let's dive into crafting the team composition. Here's the ideal team setup for her, optimized for the upcoming guild raid season. Cornet leads with her exclusive weapon, followed by Chun Ryo and his secret book. Equip Tinia with the Yellow Dragon's bow for light element attacks. Lastly, Gabriel with her exclusive weapon, the Magnificat. Don't forget to equip the team with the Holy Vow relic for a bonus attack party buff. With the recent additions of Toga, Yun, and Cornet, it's clear the devs are pushing for a mono-element meta, and Cornet is really shaking things up. This girl is a game changer for light element ranged units. She's a powerhouse and a must-have for anyone running a mono-light team. In terms of DPS, she's off the charts and becomes the MVP in raid fights. But here's the kicker. Cornet shines the brightest in a full light team. Pairing her with heroes of other elements? Not so much. Now, I know some of you might be worried about that limitation, but trust me, if you're planning to dominate those raid battles with a light team setup, summoning Cornet is a no-brainer. She's OP in her element and will take your team to the next level. So, go ahead and give it a shot if you want to max out your raid potential. That's all for now. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.